every meeting we go to, people realize that we're not that different. We don't have so many differences of point of views different between stakeholders, and that's a big win. Realizing that we're 95% alike, that's a big win. Hello, my name is George Chaussé. I work at Sollio Agriculture, which is formerly known as La Coop Fédérée, the agri-division business of La Coop Fédérée. Been with CSTA almost 20 years now. Yeah, I think it's my 20th summer meeting with CSTA. Yeah, I've been in the seed industry for quite a while now. If I look at my experience at my dad's place, my dad used to be a seed grower, so I was at once a seed grower myself before I started to work with the group of La Coop Fédérée. That was back in the 80s. So seed experience as a seed man. I believe my first CST meeting was sometimes in late 90s. I think we had a semi-annual meeting in Florida, which the ones that were there remember. That was years ago.
You're set to take over for Todd Hyra as president of the Canadian Seed Trade Association. Why do you love this industry so much, and what makes you want to lead the board of the CSTA as president?
One thing that attracts me to the seed industry is the social aspect of it. I was involved for maybe 5 years with the fertilizer industry within the same organization, like Coop Fédérée, and I came back to seed afterwards, and I felt a big difference between the way people socialize, interact with each other in the seed industry. And so I'm very, everybody's human, but I'm very social, and I believe I find myself like a fish in water within my colleagues, partners, suppliers, or people I interact with at CSTA. Yeah.
Sollio Agriculture, can you tell us a little bit about it and your role there?
Sollio is, as I mentioned earlier, the agri-division business of La Coop Fédérée. Coop Fédérée has 3 strong divisions now, with BMR, which is the hardware or retail division, Olymel, the meat division, and Sollio Agriculture, with the agri-division business, gathering feed, animal feed, grain and crop inputs. Or my role, I've been in the leadership position in seed for the last 10 years, involved in seed supply production for the last 25 years. We touch forages, cereals, soybean, corn. Yeah, everything that touches seed would be in my sandbox, I'd say.
As we move through the Seed Synergy project, which we're discussing here today, there's a lot of changes on the horizon as we work to create a next generation seed system for the country. When I interviewed Todd Hyra last year, he told me that he thought he might be one of the last presidents of the CSTA. As the CSTA's new president, what do you feel your role might look like? Where is the CSTA headed as an organization with you at the helm?
Well, I have a sense that every president coming in do it a little different. I'm not saying that every president would change from day to night to day, but with the personality of every president that came in place, there's an influence, a personal influence, I would imagine, that come into place. And some people would say that I have strength in mediation, and negotiations. So I see myself in the right spot at the right moment to achieve such a challenge.
What's the biggest challenge we face in seeing seed synergy to completion? Now that we've finished the white paper, we're moving on now to talking about how is this going to work. Now that we've all agreed that we do need to change, we need to move into the future, and now it's about how we're going to actually do that. What's the biggest challenge you think we face in seeing seed synergy to completion?
The biggest challenge would be the change management. We have a sense of urgency, and we'll have to move. We'll have to move fast, and we'll have to make the people involved, or the stakeholders involved in that process, to, I'd say, adapt the change or adapt to the change. It might be. We talked in the morning earlier of communication piece. Change and communication could be, to my knowledge or to my view, the biggest challenge.
There's obviously a lot of challenges to be worked out, challenges to be met, challenges all over the place, right? But there's also been a lot of successes as we've moved through this process, and it's important to take time to recognize those successes and to be proud of them. And what for you is the biggest success that you've seen come out of Seed Synergy so far?
I didn't, as the months went on, and those meetings that we're in today have happened, I realized that we have, and we keep telling to each other, the amount of topics that we agree on with peers and with other stakeholders, and I think every meeting we go to, people realize that we're not that different. We don't have so many differences of point of views different between stakeholders, and that's a big win. Realizing that we're 95% alike, that's a big win. Whereas in the past we might have seen each other like, no, we're different organizations. We don't deal the stuff the same way. We don't deal with the same customers, but at the end of the day, we're all part of the same value chain, and we have the same goal at the end of the day.
That's a great way to put it. Thanks so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure.